let me down, I ain't going out. As the culture turns, you gotta figure it out. They see you getting it poppin', they gon' try and come around. I be down to go out like and keep it live round. In the blick, get you hit. Bitch, we gon' get you first. Don't get caught up in the mix. Better watch out for that blitz. Can't deny that I'm lit. You can't deny that I'm lit.
Can't deny that I'm lit. Gotta ride with your blick. Fuck watching for the option. Be the cops to get you hit. I just right up off the porch. Mama said stay up out the mix. Niggas up when I was broke. They let me down on my dick.
All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Jameer with the Journalism, presented to you by As the Culture Turns. All right, now before we get into everything, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more content just like this. All right, y'all, so on today's episode, we will be discussing the world's most dangerous morning show, which is The Breakfast Club, one of my favorite shows. Reason being because Loren Lorosa seemingly confirms that she will be on The Breakfast Club Monday through Friday. All right, so I'm going to show this video that I got off our YouTube channel, and then we will discuss.
Yes, you guys can catch me on The Breakfast Club every day, Monday through Friday.
All right, so that right there was the live that Loren Lorosa recently did the other day, and she confirmed her attendance at The Breakfast Club Monday through Friday every single day. Now, this makes people like me happy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the comments happy, because I do feel as though that when Loren Lorosa came back to filling for Jess, she added so much substance, so much information, research, that journalistic kind of integrity that we needed for the show. So I feel as though that this was one of the best decisions the Breakfast Club could have made, because again, I feel like she showed out and she proved during her fill-in for Jess. I was very vocal about when she was auditioning for the show. She was not my first choice. I didn't think she was the first choice, and I actually thought she was boring Loren. But again, I have the right to change my mind, and I feel like she has been doing good recently. All right, so as y'all know, if you watch the show, Loren Lorosa has recently been stepping in to assist Jess with the mess. I would say she's assistant, or in some ways she's actually doing it all. And Jess is kind of just, introing the show and adding her commentary, which I like. I don't have an issue with that at all, So I want to play this clip of a lot of people was upset about this clip that I'm about to play. This was a clip where Jess had seemed to correct Loren on the pronunciation of Illinois. So let's play the clip and then we will discuss.
The mayor from Illinois.
Yeah, so
what's going on? Because they got into it. I heard they squabbled up.
Oh, yes. So Dalton, Illinois' mayor, her name is Tiffany Henyard.
Take the S off of Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Dalton, Illinois. Glad you caught that, Jess.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
She got the mommy tell Jess got kids.
Take the S off.
They be up here trying to tell you don't read, but you know what you're talking about.
They don't say that no more because you the one reading. Now go ahead.
Dalton, Illinois mayor, her name is Tiffany Henyard.
It's crazy. And someone in the comments said just correcting Loren is nasty work. All right, so this is the thing right here. Okay, so I don't think that it was an issue with just correcting Loren Lorosa on that, because I don't think nobody is above correction. Nobody is above learning. Now I get it, because when Jess normally does the mess, it feels as though that she is stumbling over her words. She can't pronounce things. She doesn't have the energy that keeps people in tune. And, she just seems like she's tired all the time, So I can see, I guess, why some people may feel as though that, oh my gosh, she was being rude and disrespectful. But then I just feel like that's Jess's personality. I'm not excusing it. Maybe she can improve on it, because that's not going to work for everybody, being, that bold and direct person. That won't work for every single person. But I do think that a lot of people in the comments just kind of egg it on. And I like how Loren Lorosa came back at her and was like, oh, they be in the comments saying that you can't read. And then how Jess has said, oh, they don't say that no more because you up here. So this goes to show that them both be in the comments, as well as, I'm sure, the producers of the show and, the people who make decisions on who is hosting the show. I know for a fact that they all be in the comments, because I'll be happy in those comments, and I see a lot of what they're saying in those comments in reference, whether it's against Jess or in support of Loren or vice versa. I'll be in those comments and I see it. And it's actually, I ain't gonna lie, when I watch the show now, I'm listening to the news, you know, what they're reporting, then I'm going down in the comments. I will go do a whole deep dive in the comments and, you know, be like, damn, you know, but yeah. So I do want to discuss Jess' recent performance on the show. And again, Loren LaRosa being brought on to help do Jess's job, because I do want to say, because I did a video about this before, you can check it out on Loren Lorosa or Jess Hilarious. And this was when Jess first came back from maternity leave, you know? So I want to say that I'm not going to lie, and I think I was being biased. I definitely have noticed that it's just something that's not in Jess, where she either is not as motivated, where she's not as in tune with reporting the stories. It's something, there is a disconnect. And I do feel as though that something needed to change and someone needed to step in and make sure that Loren LaRosa is still a part of the show, because I don't feel like Jess can handle the full mess segment by herself, being as though that, number one, she did just have a kid. So we do have to still put that into consideration. She just had a kid. She is a comedian, so she has other things that she does on top of, you know, and I want to say she has more than one kid. So she has like a almost teenager and a fresh newborn. So I do think we should give her grace with that. However, the audience is not going to always be that graceful and feel like, oh, because, you know, you had a baby, you know, like, no, people want their news. And the Breakfast Club is a very important show to the culture, whereas we depend on them for a lot of current event updates, especially things that affect our culture, and, you know, to break down of certain stories. So when Jess came back, she had a good couple, you know, weeks or whatever. I don't want to say weeks, a good couple days. And, you know, there was just something out, and I'm not going to lie, I got to the point where I started to miss Loren LaRosa. You know, I do feel like Loren LaRosa added something that the Breakfast Club needed. They needed like a resurgence or a respark. And I feel like she is that respark that they need. As I stated on my last video, I definitely think that eventually they should phase out the Morgan media girl. In the beginning, she does front page news. They should phase her out. And they should let that be a part of Loren LaRosa's segment. I feel like Loren LaRosa need to do like laying it out with Loren LaRosa, where she is doing the, you know, the trendy topics and everything. I feel like that needs to be her segment, and they don't necessarily need Morgan for that. Now, I don't think that Loren LaRosa is as political savvy, so maybe that's why she doesn't have that segment, and Morgan is politically savvy. But I do feel as though that Loren LaRosa can get more politically savvy, especially during this time of Donald Trump being the president again. The next 2 years when the midterms come out, I do feel like she's able to get to that point where she's able to get politically savvy again. Even with the Vivek Ramaswamy interview, I feel like she did, you know, she asked questions that I would have asked and everything, you know. So I feel like she's finding her lane in the political spectrum. But when it comes to the celebrity topics and the news, she got that down pat. She breaks it down. She reaches out. She gives sources. She does her thing. So I will always advocate for Loren to have that segment. But that does not mean that I want to get rid of Jess. I do not think that Jess should be getting rid of. I think they should keep all four of them. I don't see why not. They can afford it. They can keep all four of them. Now, I don't know the contractual obligations that they have to put in place, because as we see, we still see that segment being called Jess with the Mess, even though as of recently we see Loren LaRosa doing the whole segment, and like people in the comments saying they're like, you know, Jess Hilarious is just ad-libbing. And, you know, I've seen some clips where she has been given her opinion and her thoughts, and I feel like she shines in that area when she's, you know, giving her opinion, her thoughts, comedic timing, different things like that. She shines in that. Let Loren LaRosa have the segment, and they could even call it, like everybody is saying in the comments, Loren and Jess with the Mess. Like, I feel like they could really do that, and I like the four of them together. I don't think we need to get one or the other. I think we really can keep both of them if we're being very honest. So I want to go back to being sympathetic towards Jess Hilarious, because I do think, again, people are unfair to her and don't understand that she just recently went through a lot, and she talked about it on the show. So I want to play this clip of her talking about her having to recently get surgery.
Recently went through. I went to the hospital, thought it was something else, and the whole time, you know, I had to have emergency surgery on something else. You just gotta take care of yourself. Wow. And of course, mine is not on a bigger scale as as big of a scale as that, but just everybody need to just check on themselves. Like you said, I want to know what's going on with my body from head to toe. You need to do that. Not even just men, just women too. Like, just do that. Right. Make sure you straight.
I agree.
Yeah, so during those times where Loren was filling in for Jess Hilarious, again, recently where they said that Jess was sick in the hospital, we have to understand that, and again, she didn't reveal exactly what was going on, but I'm pretty sure that that has a big part in why it's so noticeable that, you know, it's something going on with Jess, and she doesn't have the energy that she had when she was auditioning. When she was auditioning, she was the one. That energy, I miss it, you know? And I want to go look back, and I want to make sure I wasn't being biased, even though I don't think I was, because initially my pick was Claudia Jordan. And as much as I am a Jason Lee student, and I love Jason Lee, and that's like my, you know, someone I look up to, he was a good choice, but I personally didn't want Jason Lee on The Breakfast Club because I like Jason Lee on his own personal platforms. That's my thing. You know, even though I enjoyed his time on there covering the news and everything, he could very well do it. But I don't like a Jason Lee that works for a company. I like a Jason Lee that, you know, owns the company. And not saying that he couldn't do it, because he definitely could have, but I would have preferred, you know, someone else. So I don't think I was being biased because Jess wasn't really my first choice initially, but as she came on and did things, she definitely held it down and she was doing her thing. And I feel like she still rightfully deserves a spot at that table, you know? And I just think a lot of people in the comments are literally pitting them two against each other. Like, it can't be all four of them. It has to be one or the other. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I did it before and I felt as though that, you know, if it was one, at this point, I wouldn't know who I would want because I do like them both. But if I had to be honest, I would definitely pick Loren Lorosa because I feel like she fits the show more. She's a journalist. Like, that's who I would pick if I had to pick just one. But the way that the comments is set up and the way that people are set up, they love you today, then they hate you tomorrow. So in that instance, as much as they are complaining about Jess Hilarious now and they don't like her for the show, let's say they fired Jess Hilarious and got rid of her. They would be doing the same thing to Loren Lorosa pretty shortly. So I think they both need to know that the audience is fickle and that they really go where the wind blow, you know? So I think to make sure that things stay, you know, satisfied with the audience, y'all keep both of them. The majority of the people want both of them, you know? I just think Jess need to just do Jess Fix My Mess. Or she needs a segment like Charlamagne the God, where it's like one mess of the day, like Jess's mess of the day or something, and leave the reporting to Loren Lorosa. Then I feel like you got a top tier show that could go on for another, you know, 15, 20 years. You know, that's my whole thing. But I do want to play this clip of Jess and Loren vibing because this is the vibe that we can get from the show if they focus on allowing them to, you know, get that chemistry together. And if they keep all four of them. In this clip, I don't think Charlamagne is there, but y'all get the vibes.
But you know what's crazy?
What?
Let's bring Moo back up. I didn't know G3 was that fine.
Oh, girl.
I know you got something in there about LeAngelo Bizzle.
I'm going there. I'm going there right here. He's second on the list. Yeah. Envy, did you know G3 was fine?
Huh?
Well, one of you have a man, one of you don't have a man, and I'm not gay. So y'all can put it however y'all want to put it.
You're right. And look, I don't even really like light skin, so Chris just got lucky. You know?
I don't know. But I was watching.
But G3?
Yeah, so I was watching G3 last night. He sat down with Speedy Mormon for 360 with Speedy on Complex, and they were talking about the whole deal in the Tweaker song. I was like, dang, who knew he was that fine?
Okay.
You so upset. Relax. He's one of your beige brothers. He said he said a lot. Let's take a listen to him and talk about him and Cameron.
All right, so the way that is, I definitely think. Sorry, I think my camera is fine. The way that went, I think that's perfect. They got good. They just need more time to build their chemistry with each other, and this show will be out of here. And I feel like Loren can be like that on the field reporter. Sometimes she don't always have to be in the room, but I definitely do think she need to definitely be doing the current event topic. She definitely need to be doing that for sure. And put Jess where her strength is, which is the commentary, and maybe the Jess with the mess. I mean, Jess fix my mess, and maybe like a donkey of the day type of segment. I think could work for Jess Hilarious. And I also want to say this before I get to the comments. People also got to realize that, like me, Loren Lorosa doesn't really have no kids, and she also have more time to be a journalist and to hone her craft. I'm sure that when Jess gets home, she has to take care of that baby. She has to take care of her son, and then she got her comedy career. So I don't think she can commit to the amount of work that goes into having accurate news and information for a segment like that. But I do think that she could do her ad libs. She could intro and do Lauren and Jess with the mess, and she could also do Jess fix my mess, and then it would be a match made in heaven, in my perfect opinion. But like I told you, I'll be in the comments, and I want to share out what some of the people in the comments were saying. So first, it says, I love this new energy with the four of y'all. It's giving dream team. The vibes are good. And I agree with this. The vibes are good when it's the four of them. Of course, they got to learn how to mesh well together and, figure out who do what. But for the most part, the vibes is good. And I think they need to keep all four of them and just make the damn announcement already and put Loren Lorosa in the official Breakfast Club picture. Next, it says Jess and Loren need clearly defined roles for this work in the long term, LOL. And I agree with that. I feel like once they define and set in stone who does what, even though I feel like we're getting to that point, we're kind of at that point. Because I thought that they were going to make the official announcement during Black History Month, which we are currently in. That's what I thought they were going to do. But maybe they'll make the announcement officially some way, somehow. But again, in the beginning of the video, Loren Lorosa already confirmed that she would be there Monday through Friday. So maybe she pulled in Jess Hilarious, like, listen, they taking too long to, announce it. I'm about to announce it because this is what the people want. That's what they want in the comments, So I agree with that. Define their roles and things will go smoothly. And the last comment I got, it says, Loren is so good. I love that you guys have kept her, but add her name to the title too. She's been a great addition to the show. I agree with that. Add her name to the title. Do another official photo shoot. You got two beautiful dark-skinned girls up there. And you got both of the guys. And I think this right here would be a match made in heaven. So that's my thoughts on it. I love the show. I love the direction that it's going with the four of them. And then at least when one is out, it can still be three of them. So I feel like that is the move to make. I don't know how ready to do their business and when they got to announce things, but they need to make that announcement soon. And they need to lock Loren Lorosa in, which I think they did already. She's locked in with a contract, but she needs an on-air contract as well. All right, so that was my thoughts. I got to get ready to go to work. So those were my thoughts on the Breakfast Club recently. Loren Lorosa confirming that she will be on the Breakfast Club Monday through Friday. So we would get her every single week. Thank God we needed that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know what y'all think in the comments about Jess Hilarious role. What role should she play? What role should Loren Lorosa play? Do y'all think it should only be three of them or all four of them? Let me know. Let me know. I don't really want to put them together. I was about to say who do you like better, but I don't want to do that. Let me know what you think about all four of them in that role. So again, this has been Jameer with the journalism, and I do my research. Again, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Jameer with 3 underscores, like you see on the screen right there. And also follow me on Instagram at As the Culture Turns to stay tuned for more content just like this.